which is that 50% of businesses fail by their 5th year. We discovered that 90% of businesses do not have a financial forecast.
Wow.
They do not plan their future. Without your motivation, your business doesn't run.
Hello and welcome back to Klik TV. Here we talk to businesses and discuss the ways they leverage technology for better business success. My name is Julia, and today my guest is Heather Tuason, CEO of Arena CFO. Hello, Heather. It's so nice to have you here.
It's great to be here, Julia.
So happy. All right, so tell me a little bit about your role as CEO. And when you first started, I'd like to know if there's something maybe that was more challenging when you first started.
Sure, absolutely. So this is my first time being CEO of a company. So I'm a first-time founder, career banker along the way, and so I had a lot of challenges as I first started a company. I think the main challenge was around motivation and really motivating myself, because it was just a few of us on the team. Because there's no one holding you accountable when you're starting your own company. There's no boss there, and there's no job description either. So you really don't know from day to day what should be the priority to be pushing on. So I think that was a big challenge for me, is the daily motivation and working on the right things at the right time, and self-managing yourself that way.
So prioritizing.
Totally. Yeah. So the company is Arena, and it is fractional CFO services for businesses. And it's founded off some core principles that we discovered as we built the company, doing a bunch of research into the small business space, which is that 50% of businesses fail by their 5th year. And it's a horrible statistic. And actually 66% fail by their 10th year.
Oh my God.
So it's pretty dismal, right, to think that the odds of you surviving past 5 years is low. So one thing we did when we started the company is we really dug deep into why that's happening. The stat hasn't really changed in decades. It really has been 50% of businesses failing by their 5th year for multiple decades. The SBA publishes this stat if you ever wanted to follow it. They also have breakdowns by industry on success as well, so if people are interested in that. But the other thing that we discovered is when double-clicking on that stat to really understand why, and polling about 450 businesses in the United States, we discovered that 90% of businesses do not have a financial forecast.
Wow.
They do not plan their future.
Wow.
And we asked simplistic questions, not ones that had a lot of complexity to it. When we discovered that answer, we asked, how much money do you want to make next year? And how much do you think it's going to cost to make it? And when business owners couldn't answer that question, or answered with things like, as much as I can, of course I want to make as much as I can, they were not still being planful. And so what that leads businesses to do is actually scramble for cash at times. And they get into these cash flow crunches when they can't make payroll. They're bringing money in from their personal accounts to fund their business. And getting ahead of applying for a loan. It takes some time to apply for a loan at a bank or even a fintech out there. So really being planful about your business and your ambitions on how much you want to grow and how much it's going to cost you to grow that company to that level is a couple of questions that most businesses do not know the answers to. And if you think about lead times for businesses, think about when you need to advertise and then when you get your first sale. There's oftentimes a long lead time there, and you really need to be planful about that. So that is the foundation of Arena. It's meant to help you be really proactive about managing your business from a financial lens, and get you ready for times when you want to grow and be lending ready to receive capital, either from a bank or venture capital or private equity or any other means.
That's nice. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's talk about small businesses for a minute. So you are a small business and you serve other small businesses. So can you tell me about your perspective on SMBs in 2023?
Yeah, 2023 is a year that everyone's talking about recession. And what recession means is that the economy as a whole, many indicators within the economy are stagnant or moving in a downward trend. And with that, I mean, there are all kinds of, metrics in place that determine that and can flip somebody into recession or not. Whatever the case is, we see it in the news all the time as we're seeing layoffs from large companies, et cetera. A couple of interesting things that this recessionary time is proving out to be is it's interesting that larger companies seem to be suffering more than smaller ones. And as you think about job security in larger firms, it's actually a lot of anxiety with employees working for larger companies right now. And smaller companies are actually seeing better retention in their employee base, and they're also able to attract some of these employees that worked at larger companies in the past that want that job security. So yeah, a couple of things the other things moving into from a financial perspective, 2023, we've always advised our businesses on is making sure that you're preserving all of your lending capital at this time. Because what's happening in the marketplace is there's a clamp down on lending capital right now. So if you have a loan, keep that loan. Right. If you are seeking out new capital, it's going to be harder to get, and your interest rate is going to be higher. So we always encourage businesses during times like this to maintain their current loan, even if it's costing you a small fee for the year.
Okay. So how can you help these businesses?
Businesses that are receiving capital?
Like these small businesses?
Yeah, so what we do is we help businesses create that financial plan for their business and work through any of the lending needs that they may have. We optimize the amount of cost that goes into getting a lending for your business, and we also manage your day-to-day cash flow for your business. So we will meet with businesses on a monthly basis and really dive into like how their business is performing and adjustments that they might want to think about to make in the future. And that takes into account these macro economic pressures that are happening.
I mean, that seems really helpful in today's setting, like in 2023 with everything going on.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Okay, so I'm curious, what has been the best use of technology so far that has helped you succeed in your business?
Yeah, data analytics tools are super valuable in a business like Arena, and in so many ways, because it gives tools to our CFOs that are paired up with businesses so that they can extract all the right pieces of data to manage that type of business. Businesses are all different. They're all different types of industries out there, and they should be managed differently. They need different metrics to manage towards success. And having like a deep set of analytical technology tools to enable our CFOs to be most effective is the way we leverage technology from an analytics standpoint.
Right, yeah. I mean, we use data analytics constantly here. We just launched our new data analytics department, and it's so incredibly helpful. So I can only imagine in your department how much that must help.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are helping these small businesses, what are some typical signs that they might need some help from a company like you?
Sure. Like once a business reaches about 4 or 5 people on their team, or they have ambitious growth plans, that's probably when you want to seek out experts that can help you with your finances. The other piece of that is when you are starting to, even if you have financial acumen as a leader of a company, when you start to want to focus more of your energy on building that company out from a growth standpoint, whether that's hiring more people or getting more customers, it is a good time to think about, using some fractional capacity from outside of your company. And also gives you a third-party perspective on how you're doing and recommendations that can also take into account how your peers are doing. And that's great insights as you look to grow your business.
Yeah, that's great. So one more question for you. I want to know what is motivating your team right now.
A couple of interesting things out there motivating the team. So, our team is basically fractional CFOs all over the place. We have this mantra of you can work anywhere, anytime at Arena. So we get CFOs that are on, yachts and they're at their Florida home all the way to the New York City apartment. And they're all over the place. And it's they love the job, right? So a couple of things motivating them now. There's this So another like key stat we track from a macro perspective is how many business applications there are year over year. Since the pandemic, there have been 20% more business applications than a normal year. People want to start a new company. Like it is the new thing in so many ways. And if you take into account applying that statistic of 50% potentially failing by their 5th year, they really need support.
Yeah.
So that actually excites our team a lot.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of, knowledge we can share.
Yeah, you want to help.
We want to help. And our entire mission is to really reduce that figure and help businesses. So
that's great. That's so great. I love that.
I'll add a couple thoughts. If you're a small business out there, it's not easy. It's get up and get motivated every day. It is hard to motivate yourself. And it is, it's something where without your motivation, your business doesn't run. And there are millions of people that work for small businesses in the US, and it is the fuel of the economy. So get up tomorrow and be motivated about your business.
That's great. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I had a great time with you today.
Yeah, I did as well.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, Neil here with Molney. Listen, we're really excited. For the next 30 days, we're running an awesome promo. You're going to get Veeam Cloud Connect Backup Solution free for 30 days. Who does not like free stuff right now? Listen, if you're interested, please click on the link below or feel free to give me a call at 410-960-7460. Thanks a lot and look forward to hearing from you.